Okay, we're going to start with, or resume here with part 2, and we're going to continue to create this image with a pattern on the pig from the tiger. And if you're following along, now that we're in part 2, we're going to go ahead and we're going to repair some areas. We're going to try to make this look a little better, and we're currently working on a layer that's above the pig layer so that we can use the tiger's pattern and replace it over without damaging the original image. If we make a mistake, we can simply, if we had to, remove this layer and throw it in the trash, and we could start over. Alright, so let's go ahead and reselect some area here for the tiger and then continue working on with the pig. I'm going to hold down the Option key, select the tiger, hold down the Option key, get the little sight, and click one time with my mouse. That selects this little area right here where we're going to start, and select the pig, and we're going to continue on. And I'm watching that little plus sign to make sure that I don't go too high up above the previous area on the pig here, or too far. Make sure I don't run out of room. Make sure I don't do anything, intentionally really bad here. And we'll blur these a little bit later. And then I'm going to continue on. I'm going to reselect the tiger, and as you can see, this does take a little time. Does take a little effort, does take some repositioning, and now I'm going to come back in and reselect this area here, hopefully not running out of room. And as you can see, I'm getting a bit of a blend here, and this could also be the opacity I'm using, the flow I'm using, and I'm not using a 100% hardness on there. I'm going to lower it down to 0 and see what we get here. I'm going to continue on here by holding down the Option key on the tiger, and we'll continue on. And there we go. That is a little bit better of a blend there. Just have to be careful. I'm going to continue on down here at the back. Now I'm going to select his back leg here, and I'm actually going to use that as a as an area I want to concentrate on with the pig. And so I'm going to start here, and I'm going to continue on with the pig up here, and just try to keep working that area until I run out of room, and do the same thing here. I'm running out of room a little bit, so why don't I start a little higher up here, and I have to select the tiger first, select, hold down the Option key and select the pig, go back and try to rework this area, maybe see what I can do here. That's a little bit on the back end. I don't want to do that. I'm going to actually step backwards and undo what I just did there. So now I'm going to keep working this area here, and drag along here, and then back up, trying to cover some of that area. I'm actually not doing a very good job there. Let's edit and undo one more time. But sometimes that's what you have to do. This is sort of a planning stage. So I'm doing this one time, and it's not perfect. That's okay, because it helps me to plan this area here that I'm selecting better. So if this does work, maybe I come back around and just stop here so that I don't cross over this area and get into the tail here. And what I have to do now is come back and rework some areas up here, because I've got a better brush now that I have 100% fuzziness here. I'm actually going to come back and rework this area here on the tiger and see if I can't blend better. Hold down the Option key, select with my mouse, and see if I can't get a better blend here with this tiger in the pattern, and just trying to see what I can do here. Now, there are other things we can do here to make this look a little better. I'm going to actually reselect this guy again, try to get some of his neck area here taken care of, and bring back down and around here. And I'm going to do this front portion of his leg here, so I'm going to come in and select the tiger. Now look, I don't have much room here. Maybe I need to make this brush a little smaller so I can get into these two areas. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'm going to make this about half, maybe right in here. That should be pretty good. I'm going to go ahead and select here, Option key, click with my mouse, select my image of the pig, and then come in here, drop this in. And if I make a mistake, it's okay, because I can always come in, use my eraser if I need to, and come back in and clean up later. If I need to do that again, I can always come in, select the tiger, and come in here, select the pig, and see if I can't run this down a little bit further. and that's going to be all right. We can always come in and erase. Let's get this area here. Now you'll see something here in just a moment once we get closer to being done as to how the we're going to make this work better for us, because we're going to take some of the opacity out of it, out of this layer. And that's another reason why we're using this layer, so we can change the opacity and get some of the muscle tone from the animal behind here and behind here. We're going to thin out the pattern, and we're going to get some of the muscle to blend in with the pattern here, and it should blend a little better. So let's go ahead and see if we can't select our tiger here and get some more of this neck and sort of under the chin area. Now that's not very good for me. Let's go ahead and undo that. Wasn't paying attention very well. Let's select our tiger here. Oh, select him. Select the area. Select the pig. And let's continue dragging here. Selecting back around this way. And adding in to the tiger a bit. And just sort of seeing where we go. And we can come in and fix the ears and clean things up here. Now, I do want to add in some of this white belly area here, down here, to make it look a little more realistic. So I'm actually going to start here, right behind the leg, and select this pattern with the Option key, and try to add in right along this bottom area here, and maybe just come right in along the bottom here. And I'm not running out of any room, so why don't we just continue on, and maybe we can blend a little bit, and that'll help to diffuse some of that area, make it look a little more natural with the blending here on his belly. And it does sort of follow the same pattern that we had before. I'm just going to continue on here, keep this looking fairly natural, and just kind of hopefully recover some of the naturalness of the tiger until I get up here to the top. I've got to be careful that I don't run out of room and really destroy this. Okay, and so I'm just going to leave it there. Now what we're going to do is finish off this back leg just a little bit. Try to do this quickly because we don't want to run out of time on our video, and come to our animal here and see if I can't work some of this in here just down to the lower part of the leg. And there we go. Now, I'm not going to continue on with his face. That's a whole nother lesson. So what I'm going to do at this point is to take this opacity here and lower it. Now what this does is it makes the animal more see-through, and it gets some of his muscle tone from the animal behind. If we turn this off, you can see we want some of that muscle tone, and we want to put some of this on here. Now, I could have done better blending in here. We can use some blur tool, and I can do better here. Maybe I want to take this up just a little bit with the opacity, a little more color, and maybe I want to blend in a little better here across the middle of his back, and select that part here and do the same thing and try to blend a little better here with him, and that should look a little better. And then a nice soft brush, and now we can take out that opacity and see if that's going to work for us a little bit. And so you've got to decide, you know, how much of an opacity you want to show. I mean, if we bring it up to 100%, it looks really dark. It just looks like a flat image here. It doesn't look well blended. If I take some of that out, it tends to look a little better. Now, we can do much, much better if I have more time and much more detail. I could go much more detail if I have more time, and so can you. And that's really what I'm going to stress here. What you've seen in this lesson is me going much quicker than I normally would. And so I want you to take more time. I want you to be more precise. I want you to place these tools in a better position to get overlapping and blending and the opacity right, because that's going to make your animal look much better. And you can see the potential here for a really interesting, nice project. Okay? And so as you begin to manipulate this and get better at it, you'll really have a much better project. We still needed to do the face and the ears, which we'll come back and we'll do later. Okay? If you have any questions, email me or contact me in class. All right? Good luck with this.